All right, over to you, Giovanni.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. As the IG chair of the Knowledge and Innovation Interest Group, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the business meeting. If you recall, before COVID, we were having this business meeting in person during the conference. Now there's still a conference in person, but we keep doing the business meeting online. The main idea is that the ones of you, the members who are not able to attend, at least they know what's going on and that they can attend it and how. So welcome. And before of anything, let me say that, and to get into the agenda, actually most of the presentation will be run by Miriam and Elizabeth, who as the program chair and associate program chair has basically done all the heavy lifting this year. So my role is to say hi now and say goodbye at the end, basically, and introduce you to the agenda. So first of all, I will introduce the team. Then we'll share a couple of news, and then we will discuss the events that precede the conference. There's a number of very interesting PDWs that I would like you to attend. And then Miriam will tell us about the program highlights. Then the most interesting part is going to be some awards for the best papers, the best student papers, and the best referees. And then there's going to be some time for Q&As, for whatever you want to say, any suggestion that you might have. Now let's start with the team. Okay, as you know, we have 6 reps at large who also work very hard behind the scenes. 3 of them will start their term this year. Now, if you really want to know how hard they work, Raffaele, Maria, and Florenta. Raffaele is in the audience. If you check the picture that was taken 2 years ago, and if you check how he is right now, you'll see that he put so much effort in this job that, you know, like Obama at the end of the term, right? Do you remember the pictures of Obama before and after? Now look at Raffaele, and it's the same. So thank you to Raffaele, Maria, and Florenta. We then still have 3 reps at large who will continue for another year, Julia, Thorsten, and Christina. Thank you also to them. And we have 3 engagement officers. So they help us to keep us in touch with you, with the external world in general, and you see how they invade Twitter and many other social media that I don't even know they exist during the conference. Okay, for all of them, thank you for their work behind the scenes. It's very much appreciated. Now, the important news is that please recall that in November, you'll have to vote for the new leadership team. It's going to be the new associate programming chair and 3 new reps at large. Now I'm going to tell you now because so that you can make up your mind, because you already know the candidates. Okay, we work very hard in the summer and we already know who's running for the elections. So we have 2 candidates for the associate programming chair, who are Marco and Ronald. And we have, one of them is going to be elected. The other one will not. Then we have 6 candidates as reps at large: Nilofar, Anil, Puyan, Jacqueline, Neus, and Victoria. And out of these 6 candidates, 3 of them will be elected. Okay, will be elected. Well, it depends on you. Okay, it depends on your vote, and if you meet them during the conference, or if you want to know something before, bless you, Amber. Then it's and you ask them a question, it's more than welcome. The other important news, okay, is that you might have seen that over the last, say, weeks, months, SMS has introduced a new service for the members, the so-called SMS Circle. You might have received these emails. So we have had a meeting in our IG, and I think our own strategy is relatively clear. So our ultimate goal is to improve our members' research. It's not that we want to increase the number of members, okay? If accidentally, because we do things well, then the number of members will increase, that's going to be good. But it's not that we want to do just get more members as such. And at the same time, there's a lot of things going on out there that we don't want to substitute. Okay, we want to complement them, and we want to do something new if we're able to, something better. Okay. but we don't want to substitute anything that's going on. So you will see in the fall some activities that we'll start to organize, including we are planning to organize something specific for doctoral students, sort of a doctoral consortium that's going to be online, so there's no expense involved. A number of activities to help our own members. So stay tuned, we're going to say something more in London and anyhow over the emails in the fall. But right now, as I said, I'm just simply going to give Lise the stage so that she can share her slides. And thanks again for joining.
Great. Can you all see the slides? Excellent. So it's great to be here and see everybody pseudo in person and seeing some friends and new faces, and looking forward to seeing you all in London. So let me just go through the Saturday and Sunday sessions. So we have one paper development workshop on Saturday. So these are sessions that we as an interest group are sponsoring. So I'd like you to, you may want to, I know we all go through looking at the schedule and seeing a million different things and not knowing what to do. So if you don't know where to go or what to do, just plan to go to these as a start, at least on Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday, we have a paper development workshop. We're doing it for other interest groups. I'll give you the information. And Sunday, we have 3 interest groups, and they're called IG and community sessions. And let me go through those. So Saturday, we have this, what's now become, starting to become an annual tradition. We've coordinated with 4 other interest groups, and from 9 to 12 in room GMT2, here are the panelists. Maria is putting it together. Actually, for this one, you needed to have applied, so this is more of an FYI. I think we're going to have 40 participants, but the good news is that we have great participation amongst these interest groups. And I think I saw Maria on the call. So Maria, if I'm missing anything, let me know. Is there anything you want to add? Or Florenta or anybody else who's been organizing this? I don't know if Florenta's been doing it this year. Anyway.
No, all good.
All good. Okay, great. So we have, and the way it works, just so people know, is we have a panel. And these are the session panelists you can see. And then we have roundtables and a very developmental opportunity that goes on there. And Sunday, we have 3 sessions. So the first one starts at 8 a.m. And this is going to be, this is joint with the Strategic Leadership and Governance interest group. And we have 3 excellent panelists. We were fortunate this year to get Donald Hambrecht, Zeki Simsek, and Mary Tripsis. And then 3 of us are going to facilitate a conversation with them. And so this is also part of tracks I and track I and track O, which are the 2 tracks. So also, if you're kind of trying to figure out the schedule, look at track I, because that's the Knowledge and Innovation Group track, and it's in room Admiral 1. And then at 9, that one was at 8 o'clock, and then at 9:30 you can just stay in Admiral 1. You don't have to go anywhere, and we will have a joint session. Not a joint session. This is a session put together by Annabelle Gower with a nice mix of both practitioner and academics. And you can see the participants here. And this is on, this may have won the award for longest title of a submitted IGNC panel, with firm boundaries and authority structure in a world of decentralized finance, blockchain, and platform ecosystems. And based on the panelists, it is sure to be an excellent and informative session. And then very excited to announce our annual Foundation Scholar interview. We're thrilled that Eric von Hippel is going to be honored this year at MIT. He's very excited about it. We've gone back and forth, and we have 2 great doctoral students who you can see there, Jens Christian and Nettie are both, they've been meeting with Eric over the summer and putting together the kind of overall, if you're not familiar with our Foundation Scholar, we have 2 doctoral students who put together kind of an overview of the scholar's work over their career and also do the interview. So Eric won't be able to join us in London, but he'll be beamed in via Zoom, which also seems kind of appropriate for Eric to have him kind of beamed on a large screen. So we'll do that. And if people don't know Eric, he's fabulous. He's a pioneer in innovation research. He teaches at MIT, professor of technological innovation, and really one of the foremost thinkers and kind of early foundational scholars truly in open innovation, distributed innovation, community innovation. So we're psyched to have him also again in room Admiral 1. And that's it. So for Saturday and Sunday session. And does anybody have any questions or anything about those? And if not, I will hand it over to Miriam to take us through the main topics. Anybody who have anything to add? Great.
Okay, so let me try to share. Okay, I'm also sharing my sound. Okay. Oh, wait, because this is not what I. Okay, so program highlights. Here we go. So I hope I did not spoil any surprise about the awards yet. So program highlights. So let me start with the good news. So the good news is that we've been the second largest interest group in terms of submissions that we received. So about 140 submissions, proposals that we received. And in terms of reviewers, because we had 180 reviewers completing their reports for the submitters, for the authors of the papers, the proposals that we received. So thank you all, because this is great for SMS, but for the community more generally, because you will improve, you will help improving the research of the people who submitted the papers. So with the help of these reviewers and with the 141 proposals that we received, we put together a program which is quite rich, as you can see, for our interest group. So 17 paper sessions, 4 common ground sessions, 2 parallel panels, and then the 3 IGNC sessions and 1 PDW in collaboration, as Liz said, with the other 4 other interest groups. So this is the general overview of what we will offer you at the conference in London. Here you have the list of titles of the sessions that you will see there. I'm not going to go through each of the sessions. As a quick highlight, you see that there are novel topics of research, so artificial intelligence and innovation, and firm strategy, digitalization, environmental technologies, and traditional topics as those that we were used to, so networks, inventors, industrial organization and innovation, and so on and so forth. So you have a very rich program, so take advantage of being in London to attend as many sessions as you can, and again to provide comments to the presenters. So this is all for the general highlights on the program. If you go online to the SMS website, you'll find all the details and the timing of the different sessions and everything. So there you have full information of what is possible to do once there. Now let's go to the part that I like the most, especially because it allows me to be to look nice, at least with other people. So the part on the awards. Here we go. I'll stop it in a second. Okay, so we have 2 types of awards, as we said, as Giovanni said at the beginning. So those for the best reviewers. And the other type of awards is for the best papers, for PhD submitters and for faculty. We start with the best reviewers awards. 2 criteria that we use here to define who we're going to get the awards: the quality of the comments, so the extent to which they were constructive with respect to the research, so how much they were intended to improve, to help improving the author, developing the research further, and quantity, so 10 constructive comments, better than 1 constructive comment, basically. Let me also note that there are some serial recipients of this award, and that's why this year we enlarged a little bit the group of people receiving the award, so that new people could join the group of the serial recipients. So here in alphabetical order, I will name the recipients of this year Outstanding Reviewer Awards for the Knowledge and Innovation Interest Group. Again, thank you to all 180 people who helped us making this possible. So first one, Victor Bennett from University of Utah. This is our first recipient. Paola Crispuolo. I know that some of these recipients are here at the business meeting. For the others, and everyone will receive a certificate for this award. So Paola Crispuolo, Imperial College. Ludovic Di Biagio, Schema. Aki Dogan Dalai, University of Zurich. Paul Drnevich, University of Alabama. Claudia Frosi, Bocconi University. Christina McElleran, Rotman School of Management. Vera Rocha, Copenhagen Business School. Victoria Serchenko, INSEAD. Thomas Todorevich, CBS. And Andy Wu, Harvard Business School. So congratulations and thank you for your help. Thank you for helping me personally, and thank you for helping the community more generally. Let's move to the Best Paper Award for the Knowledge and Innovation Interest Group. As I said, this is for the first. I'll show you who are the papers that were the proposals, actually, because at the beginning we received proposals and then we asked the shortlisted papers and authors to submit the full paper, and then we made a decision about the award based on the full paper. Here the criteria were about the relevance of the study. Of course, they were all relevant, but most relevant papers. So it was about relevance, it was about rigor of the research, and it was about the novelty of the research proposal. So here you have the 4 shortlisted papers for the best proposals for faculty, not for PhD submitters. The first one is how an R&D venture with limited resources develops organizational innovation in high-tech technology domain by Hong Min Wo, Daniel Mack, and Q Yui. The second finalist is the paper by Martina Iori, Andrea Mina, and Arianna Martinelli, The Direction of Technical Change in Artificial Intelligence and the Trajectory Effects of Government Funding. The third paper is Serendipity in Science by Russell Funk, Raviv Mursiano-Gorov, Pyun Nam, and Michael Park. And the fourth one is a knowledge recombination and open collaboration for technological innovation, the machine learning technology case by Edgar Brea. So based on the criteria that we decided here, the winner of the best paper award for the knowledge and innovation interest group is Serendipity in Science by Russell Funk, Raviv Mursiano-Gorov, Pyun Nam, and Michael Park. Thank you very much. Congratulations again, and let's move to the second category of Best Paper Award, which is the one for PhD student papers. PhD students here were intended as submitters and presenters of the paper at the SMS conference. We had 3 finalists in this case. So Better Late Than Never, How Scientific Maps Affect Project Termination Decisions by Supun Kang. This is the first of our finalists. The second one is Incentivizing Creativity in Virtual Teams by Patrick Brockwich, Christopher Albert Sable, and Stefan Nuish. And the third one is Innovation Clusters and Adverse Conditions by Gianni De Bruyn, Min Young Kim, Laura Cardinal, and Scott Turner. So for the best PhD student papers awards, the winner is Innovation Clusters and Adverse Conditions by Gianni De Bruyn, Min Young Kim, Laura Cardinal, and Scott Turner. Again, congratulations and thank you for submitting the papers. It was fun reading them and going through this process. So here we have the official applause by our interview. Thank you again. Now, let me take this opportunity for a final note here and a final thank you. An enormous thank you to a very generous person who helped us at least during this year, but in my case also during the previous year, passing me on all the knowledge about how to deal with the knowledge and innovation interest group activities that I was supposed to do. And in general, for the contribution that he has given to SMS and the Knowledge and Innovation Interest Group. And thank you to Giovanni Valentini, who will finish his term at the end of this year. Let me also thank Giovanni Valentini for the official version of Giovanni Valentini that you can see here. And sorry, Giovanni, but I had to get in touch with a few friends around the world who send me pictures. Some of them I'm not going to show here, only those that I could. But thank you also to the second, more unofficial, less professional version of Giovanni Valentini that, if possible, is even nicer than the professional one. So thank you, Giovanni, again, for all the work that you've done. Let me just give the floor again to Giovanni for closing the meeting and asking for feedback and comments to those who are here attending. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the thank you. now it's time for you. If you have any questions, not about the pictures that Miriam just shown, but any question or suggestions about any activity you might want to see in the future, anything that we can improve, change. I know it's very difficult to improve, but if there's anything that you would like us to do. Now, of course, this is not the one and only opportunity. You can also send us an email if you prefer not to speak out loud out here. I'll be in charge actually until December 31st. So you can actually feel free to send me a mail before.
So Giovanni, let me just add, since we are here, and maybe I can break the ice here. So let me just add that for the best reviewers recipients, they will receive, as I said, a certificate for the work that they've done. For the best papers recipients, they will instead receive a plaque with the name and the title of the paper and everything at the SMS conference in London. And the same applies to Giovanni. We receive a plaque for the work he has done for SMS and Knowledge and Innovation. Very good. Is any of the recipient of the best papers? I see some of the reviewers, but for the papers, since they knew that they were shortlisted because I asked them to send the papers, I assumed that some of them would have attended, but I don't see anyone.
Don't be shy. Is anyone attending?
Otherwise,
it's your opportunity to say thank you to your manager, dedicated to your family and these kind of things.
Otherwise, we can reassign the prizes, the awards to those who are here.
You'll never win an Oscar, so it's your opportunity to do the same speech. No, then thanks again. I think we're very efficient. Anything that you might want to say, again, as I said, our inbox is always open, so feel free to reach out to us. Thanks again to Miriam. Thanks again to Liz. As I said, they really did the most of the work. Okay, and as I promised, my only role is to say hi and goodbye. Most importantly, what I would like to say is see you all in London, or at least most of you. It's a great opportunity after 2 years of online conferences, online SMS. If you can, we'll be happy to meet you in London. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks again. Thanks everyone.
See you all in London.
See you
Thank
in
you,
London. Have
everyone.
Bye.
a good night or a good rest of the day. Thank
Take
you.
care. Thanks, folks.